I am here now with our Finnish contingent. It's lovely to see you all. They're from the University of Eastern Finland. And starting at the end, we have Lauri Kuusmanen.
Hi.
Then in the middle, we have Heidi Nieminen and Anna-Kaisa Vartiainen. What were your experiences as a group in creating and developing the content for the chatbot?
It was mixing creativity and scientific knowledge, actually. And it's a new approach to support mental well-being. And compared to traditional face-to-face conversation, it was a challenge to maintain the tone and feeling of in interaction, but still some shortly and effectively give reliable information for users. So that was the challenge, and that we learned a lot about that.
And had you worked on projects like this before in a different sort of application?
No, we haven't.
Yeah, so this is what's coming out of everything, that it's quite a departure from all the other ways that people have interacted with this sort of technology. And Lauri, what did you identify, or how did you identify what was needed in terms of the content?
Yeah, this was an interesting process, but it was good that very early of the project we decided that this is a positive chatbot. This is not based on mental health problems, but mental well-being, positive emotions, and strengths of people that we were able to decide in the consortium. So that was good. Then we got a very good idea that we will use the PERMA positive psychology method as a frame for the themes.
So you mentioned the consortium. Anna-Kaisa, how did you coordinate? I mean, how big? What is the consortium? How many people are you talking about, and how did you coordinate that to agree things?
Content development workshops gathered all partners together about once a month. We have these online meetings where we discussed the content and evaluated already written scripts with this structured validation evaluation tool.
And was the consortium, is that the different countries that are involved throughout this conference?
Yes.
Yeah, so it was everybody chipping in.
Yeah.
And was there much change, as you went along? Was it pretty smooth? Was there anything that cropped up at the time and you're going, right, didn't think of that? Was, in terms of the different countries, was there any differences that came up?
I think it was quite smooth.
Yeah.
I think
everybody was on the same page.
Yeah.
Anyway, they were all...
Most of the time, I think.
Most of the time. Well, how did you ensure the content was suitable for a chatbot and dialogue, since it's a very big departure from ebooks and websites and things like that?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Yeah, that was also a learning experience, because we didn't have any experience how to write the scripts, and we were wondering, how should we do this in the beginning? What are we writing, like sentences?
Like
or
literally, what do we write?
We had to, But then of course we had to think it from the user's perspective, what kind of interaction there is if you're using a chatbot, and that helped in understanding the structure of sentences and answers and questions. We did proofreading, so we read the scripts and tested if it works.
So how did you manage the translation of the content to make the chatbot multilingual?
Some of the scripts were written side by side in Finnish and in English, but most of them were translated from English to other languages. And the translation process was done by professionals, and also domain experts were also involved. So we did quite a lot translating into Finnish ourselves. Some other groups had professionals to translate.
Yeah. And so when you put together the content, okay, so Alex was talking, the guy who developed the chatbot, about, for example, in Scots Gaelic, the challenge is there is no one word for yes or no. It depends what you've been asked. So did you have to try to deal with that, or was that left up to, did that come up when you were doing the different translations? Is there any problems like that between Finnish and English and Swedish, or was that?
There is actually quite a lot of this kind of things when you translate into Finnish. So
Really?
yes, that's why it's important to check what's the word in bottom if there is some certain question asked by chatbot and so on. So that's why it's important to check that the conversation is flowing.
Yes, because I'm sure the feedback from users, a lot of it's going to be, you never want anything where you're leaving the person going, I don't understand or don't like that. You know, I went to do it the other day to use it.
Yeah.
And it asked, are you part of a trial? And I thought, well, I'll just say yes because I'll see different. And I said yes. And then it said, put in your number. And then I wrote, I don't have a number. And it said, put in your number. And I wrote, can I start again? And it said, put in your number. So I had to basically uninstall it and start again. But that was because I told a lie.
Yeah. Sometimes when you
God saw me.
Sometimes when you translate from English to Finnish, it comes in Finnish maybe too complicated. The sentences are, Finland is quite straightforward, so we are,
Straight and to the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the use of humor, because we wanted Chatpal also had some humor in it, but humor is, you really have to think what kind of humor works.
You have to become experts in the etiquette of different cultures. Alex, I think, mentioned again, as you say, the cultural differences. Some countries are very direct in their speech. Some aren't. I remember a guy from Ireland, he went to Germany and he said, if you're offered a cup of tea in Germany, you'll have a cup, and if you say no, you don't get one. Whereas if you're offered a cup of tea in Ireland, you say no, and then they go, "Och, you will." No. "Och, you will." No. "Oh, well, all right." He says, but if you say no in Germany, that's it. They just take you at face value. You don't get a second chance. So, has it been a good learning for you all? Have you enjoyed doing it? I mean, what do you think about the future? Are you excited to see where it can go?
Of course, and I'm looking forward to see the results from trials. What can we get? How people liked it.
Yeah.
I just hope that we can continue developing Chatpal after the project, after September. So that's what I'm concerned at the moment. I would like to see this in real life.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That it goes out and actually lives. Well, thank you very much. It's a lovely thing you've created. And the positivity is brilliant. I mean, I think right at the beginning, Lauri, you mentioned that you made that decision, that it's clearly not a mental health counselling app. It's really there to support people to stay well, to be their friend. How do you say thank you in Finnish?
Kiitos.
Kiitos.
Ethos.
Kiitos.